Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the Soul Urge number 2 reading. Okay, Soul Urge 2. So let's roll the dice and see which house we're going to be talking about today. And I'm talking about one of the 12 astrological houses, right? And so house number 3, this is the house of Gemini. This is a house of truth, communication, thinking. This is the house about where we really think about the things that we value. And then how can we communicate that to the people, places, and things that we also value. And so first card that comes out at the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So this is a card of emotional intelligence. This is somebody that is heart over head, right? They are going to lead with their heart, very intuitive, very connected. And so you are being called to tap in to not your cerebral self, but your emotional self. Our emotions are a form of intelligence. We don't follow them and just erratically behave. No, but they are another brain. They are another thought form that we can tap into. And so you are being called to kind of like become this Queen of Cups as we sort through house number 3, as you find the voice that most matches your soul. Now, at the time that I'm recording this, crazy thing is that there's going to be a full moon in Gemini. And so the fact that this is the house that comes up for you, I feel like the throat chakra, your truth, your expression, anything that is authentically you is relevant at this time. Now, what supports you in the house of Gemini? We have the Ace of Swords. How cool is that? That's the card of clarity. That's the card of truth being revealed. That's the light bulb moment, right? And so something that is supporting you is the fact that you have discovered something, there's a breakthrough moment, right? And so the Hierophant coming up in the next room as what guides you, this is saying that this truth is going to be able to elevate you. Now, the Hierophant means many different things. This could be a card of union, of marriage. It could also be a position that you step into as this person that kind of navigates, the physical world and the spiritual world, kind of like the bridge between two. And so this is a card of conformity. The world kind of has their own beliefs about spirituality and how it interacts with physical life. But then, the Hierophant can also say that there are unconventional ways to make this happen. And so this could be somebody that's a support in your life that kind of offers you this wisdom that's kind of like a sounding board or a form of wise counsel, or this is a role that you are stepping into. And so I think that you're being called to level up and to really see your truth and your value and to really communicate from a place that's kind of on a platform or on a pedestal. When I see the Hierophant, I think it's asking you to think higher, to really elevate yourself in the way that you may just be learning that you have the potential to do. Now, the next card for challenge, we have the Four of Wands. So which is crazy is that the Hierophant card can literally mean marriage. And then the Four of Wands is a card of marriage, stability and love, home life. It's about having connections with others or feeling disconnected. And if this comes up as your challenge, challenges strengthen us. And so we're talking about thinking about your love life, thinking about the connections you have with others. Do you feel connected? Do you feel stable in your love life? If yes, why? If no, why not? And if this is a challenge, this is an area where you may feel resistance. And the only way to get through is to be honest, to be truthful, and to do it from the heart. That Queen of Cups says, feel deeply, really sense yourself. What is it that you need? What is it that you want to say? Where is your heart taking you? What does your heart most need in order to feel valued, in order to feel like people are hearing you, right? You first have to tell the truth to yourself before you expect anyone else to offer that to you. So be honest with yourself. And the Ace of Swords says that something has been given to you that's kind of like a breakthrough that's helping you with this. And so your foundation, your home, the relationships, possibly marriage, if that's something that is congruent with you. Like, these are the things that you really are being called to pour into, but from a place of authenticity. And that at times can be a struggle. Now, what is hidden from you in the house of communication? Well, we have Nine of Wands. This is the card of a wounded warrior. And so this says, listen, you've been through some things, right? You've been through some things, and it's not always easy to put your emotions out there and to really speak from the heart, especially if you've had to deal with heartbreak or people who just didn't have the capacity to hold you, to understand you, to love you, to receive you. And so this Nine of Wands says, what you don't know is that you have a hidden power, and it's of a fighter, it's of a warrior. And so this is your final push. This is the moment when you can release all those old battles, right? And so the relationships that you want, the connections that you want, they stem from what's inside of you. But you have to tell yourself the truth before anybody else can speak truth to you, accept your truth, right? This is being what we most want, and only our heart can get there. You know, sometimes if we've been damaged, or if people haven't received us well, it can kind of harden us. But the Queen of Cups, no matter what, it's not, you know, emotional intelligence isn't like taking your brain out and forgetting that sometimes things can be hurtful. No, but this is saying guarding your heart doesn't make you any more protected, right? But when you are authentically honest with you, think about the level of justice that you have just given yourself just by being honest, right? And so when we're talking about this house number 3, the house of communication and of the things that we value in this life, how can we make this house our home? 2 cards that came out from the Moonology deck are prosperity lies ahead and communication is key. So let me just say this real quick. The fact that this is the house of Gemini, communication, and then we have a card that comes out and says communication is key. We have truth revealed, right? Clarity. And so listen, I think that this is a breakthrough moment where you can just speak and you can be unapologetically honest, right? It's going to feel so good to just say what needs to be said because you're honoring yourself. You're valuing your voice, right? And in the event we were in relationships that didn't provide us stability, maybe we were a little hesitant to say what we most needed, right? Maybe we didn't feel connected to those people. But in order to get that, we have to connect to ourselves, and then we can kind of attract those relationships. And you know what? Soul Urge 2, you know, this is saying as a 2, your soul really thrives in partnerships and unions, right? You're very diplomatic, very understanding. You have a therapeutic nature. And sometimes, you know, we can kind of put ourselves on the back burner just to accommodate others. But that's never going to feed your soul. It's never going to fulfill you. And so the best partner is going to be first the partner that you have to yourself. And so that takes honesty, right? That takes recognition. What's important to me? What do I need? What is my environment giving me, and how does it need to change? What are the relationships, the people, places, and things offering me? Am I content with this? Is this something I want? Is this giving me stability, right? And even if it seems too big, the fact that the 9 of Wands comes up says you've carried a lot. Yes, you've been through some battles, but guess what? After the 9 comes to 10, and then this cycle is over. So if you think that you can't do it, that's false. And the first Moonology card, prosperity lies ahead, says, guess what? Everything that you've wanted is really here now. So don't stop what you've discovered. Don't stop following your heart. Don't turn it off. Like, keep going, keep going. You owe that to yourself. Even if no one has given it to you in return, you owe it to you. So push through, communicate from the heart, communicate honestly, and build the life, the relationships, the connections, and the unions that really value who you are, right? Okay, Soul Urge 2s, I'm hoping this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.